You know, what a time for me to tell my story on how did I get to Trinity Missionary Baptist Church. I guess it was about 10 years ago. Glenn brought me to church. I guess he felt I needed to go to church because my girlfriend, who was 24 years older than me and her kids were about the same age as me, had recently had a stroke, and they took her to the hospital, and the family finally pulled the plug. Those were some rough times for me back then. So Glenn would only do the latte brother thing and take me to church. Of course I would go. I went, and they had a piano, and it was pretty good, but somebody noticed that I was a little inebriated. So I don't know if they asked me to leave or what, but you know Glenn. He not only took me back home, but he never came back. You know, that's funny because all my life I've played for churches at salary or something like that. And Glenn's played all over the world, and he can do it for free. But lo and behold, this was 10 years ago, maybe later. But one day, I was in Victorville, California, and Linda's daughter came up to our room and said, "Do you know a Elwood McDowell?" Now, I don't know how he got that number. Maybe we had a house phone, or I don't know. He didn't call me. But how Candy got that number, I don't know. But I think we talked, or maybe we did, or we didn't. But we were talking about maybe if I was in town, I could come to the church and talk to him. Well, I was in Victorville that time, so it wasn't a deal. But lo and behold, let's say maybe 3, 4 years later or earlier, Elwood McDowell called me, asked if I was in town, and since I was, maybe we could set up a date. Oh boy, I love it. So we got together. Matter of fact, we talked. It was very surprising because I thought I could just baffle him or dazzle him with this brilliance of where I played and what I did and all I did. But something happened, and he told me that he was an orphan when he was a child. And that immediately put me in place because I was led to make sure that I'm not in here with a bunch of crap. So the thing was, we got together and we talked. How am I going to get here? How am I going to get there? And we finally come to terms. But the strangest thing, right before I left, it was, oh, by the way, bring Glenn. And not only did I bring Glenn, Glenn's on salary just like us. How about that? And for 3 years, I'll never forget, because the first day we came in there, here comes Kevin. You had a look on your face like, I don't know where these people came from. Because we know our pastor likes to do things and not tell anybody, you know? If that's not some private church. But anyway, hey, we're still here, and as you know, we've managed to get along very well together as a pianist. It's very hard for two keyboardists to get together and play with a choir unless you're rehearsing, and we don't even rehearse anymore. So I'm honored and privileged to be sitting here. As you know, we have a project, and at the moment, I'm sitting here listening to the Hermetica. I just went through about the first 5 chapters, and I don't know how big it is, but I have it on pause in the YouTube. And that pretty much sums up what we did and what I want, or what you asked me to do. So hope this is handy enough for you, and be blessed.